Hi, this video is to help you interpret both our business tax and our individual tax skills tests. I'm Giles Pearson, I'm the co-founder of Account Tests and also the author of both of these tests. Looking at the report, you can see at the top right hand side is the order number, and that's the order number you'll need for any time you want to look up a test in our testing portal. At the bottom of the first page you can see the time taken. This test has an allocated time of 40 minutes, so if that time taken says 40, that means your candidate was still working on the test when their time ran out. Otherwise, you can see how long they spent in the test. The start and finish times tell you the date and time the candidate entered and exited the testing platform, which includes the time for them filling out their details in the biodata and doing some sample questions. If you go through to the next page, this gives you some background. It also gives you a link to our website about the proctoring. All of the tests are proctored. What that means is that as the candidate is doing the test, their camera is on and it's making sure that they're doing the test under fair exam conditions. This includes monitoring who's taking the test, the use of other devices, and if they're accessing other windows on the device that they're using. Each test report like this comes with a proctoring report, which for privacy reasons you can only access by logging in to the testing platform. So follow the link to the website to see a video there which helps you interpret the proctoring report and also make sure that you know how to find that proctoring report in the testing portal. If we go through to the next page, you can see the candidate result. So this test was put together by us with the help of an expert group of tax CPAs. What that expert group did was to grade a large question set of appropriate level questions, and they graded them by difficulty and made sure the questions were valid and the answers were correct, so that out of those we were able to pick the questions that we included in the test. The expert group then also said that in their view, a candidate needed to be 75% correct in their answers to show competency at any particular level. So these tests have three levels, which are broadly tax associate, senior tax associate, and tax manager. And you can see on that page whether the candidate met the competency threshold at each of those levels. So the green bar shows you the questions they got correct at each level, the red shows you the questions they got incorrect, and if there's a grey bar, there's questions that they didn't answer. If we then go through to the next few pages, these give you some analysis of the answers based on different areas of tax. There may not be a lot of additional information you get from this, because in essence a candidate needs to know all of these to prepare a return or provide advice, but it could give you some good insights into where you might want to focus training if there's particular areas where they've done poorly on. That could be where you want to focus your training. On the next page we go through question by question. So what was the question about? Which topic was it in? Did the candidate get it right or wrong? And if there is a grey circle, that means that they didn't answer the question. If you see a lot of omitted questions, that normally means the candidate's run out of time. And what that in turn means is the material was probably too hard for them. They were struggling. So typically you'll see a candidate that runs out of time. They also do relatively poorly on the test. For a candidate who's confident in the material, 40 minutes is long enough to comfortably answer all the questions. The last page gives you some hints about interpretation, which is pretty much what we're doing here, and our contact details. So if you ever have any questions on a test report you've got in front of you, or anything else you want to ask, don't hesitate to get in contact with us at help@accounttests.com. Thanks for watching this video.